I think I'm live. Hey, this is John Adamson with Seeking Light. And gonna have a little bit of background noise because I've got the heat on my vehicle. It is extremely cold. Before I get to announcement, which you may or may not find interesting, first of all, yes, I know my light's not great. But I tested positive today for the vid, the one that begins with co. Anyway, I kind of suspected. Last week we had a few people that were sick in the household, and for a couple days I was taking care of people and feeling good and avoiding it. And then Thursday, just like a freight train, I got hit. And I'm usually not one to when you work from home, you can work sick, and I'm usually not one to take off work. I'll usually slug through it even though I feel terrible, but I was so bad with headache and just general malaise that I had to stop working at about 11 o'clock on Thursday. Was off again on Friday. Saturday was still feeling pretty bad, but Sunday started to turn around. And then last few days, I've been kind of just staying where I'm at. Not really getting better, not really getting worse. One of the surprising things I've had is back pain, like severe back pain, to the point where I couldn't sleep unless I took something to dull the pain. And I couldn't get it to settle down. I was a little bit concerned I was getting a kidney stone because of the location. My dad had kidney stones. He described them to me. I was waiting for the full fury, hoping that wasn't the case. Anyway, my wife suffered the same thing, so it appears that it might have been a side effect. And, the likely culprit, of course, is going to be the version that begins with the Greek word that has the first letter in English of O. You know what I'm talking about. And anyway, it's been tough. And me as an asthmatic, I've had to struggle a little bit with some upper respiratory stuff. And anyway, people are falling like flies. A lot of people I know have been sick recently, just went through their households. I think, of course, we have a large family. We have 14. We had about 11 down at one time with it. It was pretty bad. My wife has probably struggled with the longest symptoms. She's kind of had this lingering cough, which has been hard for her, and just kind of general fatigue. So looking forward to getting over this. To tell you honestly, it's been a bummer. But I was going for my weekly testing. I know some of you who watch my channel have to do weekly testing. Some of you even do it more than once a week. And so they found the positive test. It was funny. I'm waiting for my results, and my daughter sends me a message. I tested positive. She did a home test and literally got a result like a couple minutes before I did. So, and my wife tested positive, and so we all know we've got it now. And anyway, one of the things that a lot of people will say about us who have not been vaccinated is we underestimate how serious the disease is. And that's just not the case. I mean, there are some that believe that there's absolutely no disease. They're just idiots, plain and simple. They believe it's some kind of made-up conspiracy, yada, yada, yada. No, COVID's a real thing. And those of us who, many of us, most of us who didn't get the vaccine know for sure it's a real thing and it's serious. But we have reasons that we're not taking the vaccine. And the good news is, of course, now my family has, and I have natural immunity, which the recent CDC data, YouTube, you can confirm this via the CDC, shows a very favorable, I'll use that word, okay, so it doesn't, trigger you misinformation bots, but favorable results compared to getting vaccines. So natural immunity is very highly protective. And the nice thing is now I won't have to go for testing for 3 months according to my workplace, and I believe that's the standard anyway. Once you test positive, you don't have to be tested again for 3 months. So good news in that regard. But man, it's still kicking me a little bit. By the end of the day from work, I'm feeling it, and it's no joke, folks. Now, what's my announcement? Well, what I've decided to do is for a small fee, and I kind of mentioned this before, I'm going to present my medical ethics course. So again, it's called Applied Ethics Medical Mandates. I'm going to present it to you, my YouTube audience, for a small fee. And the way I'm going to do that is I'm going to pick a date, and I'm going to post it on my channel, and I will charge a small fee, probably like $15, $20. And then it'll be a Zoom link that I would send to you after you paid me through Venmo. Supplying your email address, I would send you the link for the Zoom meeting so that you could be a part of it. And that way I could get a live audience listening to the whole course put together, because I have modified it a little bit based on some suggestions and having gone through the segments that we did. And this is in preparation for the medical continuing education audience, who are going to pay a lot more for my course through an organization once I have the final product. Still awaiting final approval of that, but that should be coming out pretty soon. But anyway, if you're interested, let me know. So I will give you more information about that, but I'm going to be looking to do that in the next couple weeks after I'm fully recovered from this, because frankly, talking straight for 2 hours is a little bit too much right now. But anyway, I'm recovering, thankfully. Appreciate your prayers, and I will be praying for any of you who are going through this, because I know that COVID is ravaging everybody. I just realized I really look like a disembodied head right now in this video. I just happen to be wearing very dark clothing. But maybe some people view me as a disembodied head. I don't know. Anyway, I just got this sense of, some of you are too young to remember Max Headroom, this animated MTV 1980s character who was kind of like this floating upper torso and head, who I can't even remember Max Headroom things except that he was kind of glitchy and he was supposed to be edgy and cool. Max Headroom. Give me a comment if you remember Max Headroom, if you're old enough to remember that. Anyway, hope you are well this night. Oh, and one other thing I was going to mention, I am going to be making a commentary on, I'm working on it right now, on Canada's new bill that's been passed. It's called C4, and it makes conversion therapy illegal in Canada. What is conversion therapy? It's attempting to counsel somebody to leave an LGBTQIA+, I think I got the acronym right, lifestyle. And so Canada has just made it illegal to do conversion therapy, to not for the person that might be gay, lesbian, bisexual, etc., but for the person that's attempting to counsel them away from that. It is now illegal, and there are various fines and imprisonments up to a maximum of 5 years. And so this is a pretty significant thing, and it has basically made biblical Christianity illegal. And I'm going to be covering a bit more in detail why that is the case. And so look for that video. I'm hoping to get it done in the next couple days, but I'm still catching up on energy, to tell you honestly. Anyway, John Adamson with Seeking Light. I appreciate you guys. Thank you so much, and I hope you have a great night. Take care. God bless.